everybody, this is 22 Tiger Dude and I'm here to review John Wick. John Wick stars Keanu Reeves, and his character, John Wick, is an ex-hitman that comes out of retirement. Then he faces a tragic loss with his wife, who just passed away with cancer. Before his wife passed away, he gives him a puppy. It was his final gift from his wife. This puppy is a way for him to grieve. So now he has to face another loss when a couple of assholes feel the need to kill his puppy, steal his car, so he decides to become the hitman once again because this poor soul has literally lost everything. And that's not cool. Because I heard about this movie maybe like a week and a half before it came out in theaters, and then I'm hearing a lot of high praise about it. There's a lot of reviews saying how this is like the godfather of action movies. I don't feel like John Wick is the godfather of action movies, but John Wick is a very badass and very fun, highly entertaining action flick. It's kind of nice to see Keanu Reeves back in this form because he's really good at doing these action flicks. And I really think John Wick was that role that was really perfect for him. Keanu Reeves, he absolutely steals the show. He embraced his character. He talks when it's needed. His character is like Ryan Gosling in Drive, where he doesn't say much, except I think John Wick says more than Ryan Gosling's character does in Drive. But point being, John Wick just speaks when it feels necessary, and whenever he talks, really cool. And when you see John Wick in action, it is really badass to see. The choreography is incredible. Especially the scene that everyone is talking about, the nightclub scene. That is probably one of the greatest action scenes I've seen because it was so well choreographed. It was bloody, it was exciting, it was even quite funny. It was just all those elements put together so well, and it just felt so refreshing. Now, John Wick uses some move called Gung Fu, where it's like Kung Fu, but with a gun. Just really neat to see. The storyline isn't anything too extraordinary, but it is a good storyline. It's a well-written storyline, and it's enough to keep my attention other than just the action scenes. The acting is also really good. I can't really say there's a bad performance in this movie. John Leguizamo, who really appears in one scene out of the whole movie, I thought he did a really good job. Ian McShane is really great here. Just everyone here does a really nice job. And the cinematography, dear God, looks so fucking incredible. It's very beautiful, it's vivid, it's colorful. Just how it's very lit, it just looks really terrific. I did get sad when the puppy died because, one, I did not want to see the puppy die. I get really sensitive when stuff like that happens because I love dogs. And it was a little hard. You know, they were quick with the dog death, so those that were worrying about the dog death in this movie, they do go fast with it. It's the blink of an eye fast, which makes me relieved, but you know, still it was kind of hard to see that little poor puppy die because that puppy was so adorable. The interesting thing about this movie is how John Wick is out to kill all these motherfucker bad guys. Sorry for the language, but it's true, they are douchebags. It's all like, why would you want to kill a puppy and steal the guy's car? He's dealt with enough shit. When John Wick is really out there just for the death of a dog, many people find that stupid. I find that awesome. It really served the character a lot of purpose, and it really felt refreshing when I was watching that in this movie. The score for John Wick sounds really good too. There are problems with John Wick. I don't think it's a perfect movie. One of my problems is how the villains are kind of just there. Like, they're there in the movie to try to stop John Wick, and that's really it. I'm not saying they're terrible villains. I actually think they're pretty good villains, especially Ian McShane's one. That's probably the best villain. Adrianne Palicki, she does a good job here, even though she didn't really serve some kind of purpose in the movie. I do think the movie does kind of stretch out a bit in the final 20 minutes because, not that it felt dragged or anything, but there was a moment where it already gets to the finale and it feels like it's going to wrap up everything. The movie feels like it's about to end. Then it stretches out another finale for like another 15 minutes. Then after that, that's when the movie ends. Once John Wick is facing the guy that killed his puppy, I was hoping for something more bigger. I wanted something that says, yes, John Wick is going to do something so extraordinary to get payback at this guy. But once he faces him near the end of the movie, it was just all like, really? He kills your puppy and that's all we're gonna get? So I felt like we didn't get quite the payoff to it, because that guy that killed his puppy deserved more than what John Wick just did. John Wick is a very entertaining movie. It has incredible action sequences, great cinematography, good acting, especially from Keanu Reeves. The movie also does have some very funny moments. So John Wick, I liked it a lot. I'm going to give it 3 out of 4 stars. Just a fun, badass, B-rated movie. And that's really all I wanted from John Wick. I didn't want a masterpiece. I just wanted a good movie, and that's exactly what I got. So if you do enjoy action movies, especially when it comes to the 80s action movies, which this movie does pay some kind of homage to, then I highly recommend John Wick. I am 22 Tiger Dude. Don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power!